Now, as you guys know, this whole Winter Soldier, Captain Nomad cosplay. Don't worry, I read the comments. It's gonna happen, alright? It's gonna happen. I will be Bucky one day. What's happening, my fellow geeks and geekettes? Welcome to a brand new episode of Cosplay Chris, and today marks part 5 in the Captain Without a Country. This is the second last episode. I'm quite sad it's drawing to a close, but obviously it is leading to something that is going to be amazing with the full reveal. So today's episode is all about customizing the Forma Adventure motocross boots. So we've got to make them look a little less motocrossy and a bit more cappy. So as you know, this Captain Nomad cosplay is leading up to the Gold Coast Superhero Weekend on the 28th and the 29th of April, which is the end of this month. There is so much going on that weekend. It includes free screenings of your favorite anime films like My Neighbor Totoro, meet and greets with PJ Masks and the Melbourne Transformers, and of course the Superhero Parade. So guys, don't forget the Supernova Comic Con and Gaming Expo is also happening at the Gold Coast Convention Center. So if you want to jump on their website for more info, and of course I will leave the appropriate links down below. I am going to fry in this cap suit up on the Gold Coast, but it's going to be so worth it. I'm probably going to lose like 10 kilos of water weight. Win-win! So yes, today's episode is all about customizing the boots. There isn't much work to do, but still we want to drastically change these from something that looks like that you'd wear on the motocross to something that Captain America would sport. So as you can see here, I've already gone ahead and removed the Forma plate here just to see what was lurking under it. As you can see here, we've got some foam and everything. So what we have to do is replace this insignia here with something a bit more fitting, like some brown pleather. So what we're going to be doing is tracing this shape onto this piece of EVA foam. This is very thin EVA foam. I'm then going to be spraying some spray adhesive on some brown pleather and the foam itself, combining the two, and then we're just going to contact it here, the whole piece, onto the front like so. Now I did mention that the original suit came with the boot spats. Now I have tried these boot spats over the boot itself, and to be honest, it looks very chunky and bulky, and it just doesn't really add up to the rest of the suit. It kind of looks out of place. And also keeping in mind that this is black leather, which means you'd have to go in, paint the leather brown to match the boot spats for the Nomad look, and then you run the risk of it cracking off and eventual wear and tear. It's just a headache. So among replacing the shin plate there, I'm also going to go in and paint this area brown to match up with this sort of brown here, whilst also making this area a bit darker, almost black, just to emulate the look of boot spats covering some black tactical boots. The good thing about this is we don't have to follow a certain template, and I stated at the beginning that these aren't going to be exactly screen accurate, and the amazing thing about doing your own thing is that you won't cop comments like this. Still not accurate. Terrific, isn't it? So, like I said, the first step is we're going to remove the other plate here. We're then going to be tracing this onto the EVA foam, adhering the EVA foam to the brown pleather, and sticking it down like so with some Selleys contact adhesive. So, not much to do today, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be a bit fiddly. So with that being said, let's get to it. Okay, now that I've allowed the new shin guards to dry, it's time to reattach the fastening clasps here. Obviously, these guys have stayed intact and are going to stay as is, but because we had to remove the original shin guard, it did mean removing this section of the strap altogether. So what I did was, I rounded off the existing piece here, I burnt a hole straight through to the other side with a soldering iron, and what we're going to do with the help of a washer is pop rivet this in place. And it's simple as that, geeks. Just going to get the pop rivet gun, put the washer on the other side so this has something to grip to on the other side. And then we're going to start to remove little bits of the insignia like here. Also Dremel away this piece here and this piece here. Okay, so we've got our strap, we've got our pop rivet. Just going to pop it in place like that. We have our washer. Now you got to try and push as hard as you can against the back of the rivet with the washer. Beautiful. Okay, now that the black shoe polish has dried at the front of the boot here, I just want to let you guys know that this is sort of the way of emulating the brown boot spats covering the black portion of the boot. But if you notice, this looks way too pristine and way too striking against the darker brown here. So just gonna grab some sandpaper, kind of just sand it back a bit, and also just give it some scuffing on the toe caps, because if you think about it, he's kicking the shit out of people, he's got to kick the shit out of Thanos. These boots ain't gonna be pretty. Also just blending it sort of back against the brown itself. Next up, I've just got some matte black spray paint. I'm just gonna lightly wisp some spray paint over this panel here, just much like the toe cap, to blend it back into the brown here, because it just stands out a bit too much for my liking at the moment. Alright geeks, so the last step in this custom build is to paint these straps here a chrome silver. So we're going to be using the Model Masters chrome silver. I am actually going to be dry brushing the clasps here. I'm not going to be coloring them silver altogether, but more or less just the bands here. I've actually completely removed these two pieces here as opposed to this one that is permanently fixed in place. Paint boots. Now, these are a perfect blank canvas. They're comfy to wear. They're designed to be walked in. I am very, very happy with the end result. So, next week marks part 6 in the Captain Without a Country. That is, unfortunately, the last episode. I've had an absolute blast with this series. So, of course, episode 6 is all about the Waganda shield. This here is a 3D printed piece of the shield. So the episode is going to be all about prepping the print pieces, putting them together, the paint job, weathering, and mounting the hand holsters underneath the shield itself. So guys, thank you so much as always for watching. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you're well, hope you're happy, be merry, be silly, and until next time, geeks, please always remember, cosplayers do it best.